So we are going to talk about the poem Travel by Edna St. Vincent Millay. So basically, when we talk about this poem Travel, we have to keep in mind the purpose of doing this poem. So it is to infer the theme of a reflective poem. So there's this word reflective. Reflective means something which makes you think, or something after which you are compelled to think in a certain way. Okay. Infer means to bring out. Now there are two words on my screen. The first word is theme and the second word is message. So if I look at the word theme, it means the central idea, or usually we have also done the main idea. So it is the central idea or the main idea. Message is what the poet wants to tell the reader. Message is what this poet, so this is my drawing of a poet, what the poet wants to tell the reader. Now if I just go through this, I would request you to please leave this box for a while. Just try to ignore it and we will concentrate on the three stanzas. We'll try to understand the meaning of the three stanzas and then I'll come back to this box. Okay. Now if I read the poem, it says, the railroad track is miles away and the day is loud with voices speaking. Yet there isn't a train goes by all day, but I hear its whistle shrieking. So the poet is saying the railroad track is miles away. Now this is the railroad track. This is the railway track. Railroad track means railway track. The poet says it is miles away. That means it is far away. It is not nearby. So this is the poet and this is the house. So this railroad track is miles away and the day is loud with voices speaking. And he is talking about, or sorry, she is talking about daytime. She says the day is loud with voices speaking. Now we all know that voices cannot speak, right? We are doing personification here. How can a day be loud? Day is called loud because during the daytime everybody goes to the office. There are animals here and there rearing. There are birds chirping. There is vegetable seller and everything happens during the day. Majority task जो होते हैं वो दिन में होते हैं. For example, the school. Your school works during the day. So if I just try to shoot this video or if I try to do the voiceover of this video during the daytime, it would be difficult for me. Every now and then there would be a sound, right? So the voices speaking means that the sound created by living beings or the work they are doing during the daytime, right? Yet there isn't a train goes by all day. The poet says, still there is no train which goes nearby. But I hear its whistle shrieking. The poet says the day is too loud, right? And if there is a loud noise, can we hear the sounds or can we hear the sound of something which is far away? No, we usually cannot do. Just imagine during the lunch break, can you hear the announcement which is made on the from the principal's cabin? We cannot do that. Why? Because it is difficult to concentrate on that one particular sound. But Sid the poet says there are sounds and sounds everywhere. There is no train which I can see, but I can hear its whistle, right? This is the first stanza. Now if I talk about the second stanza, it says all night. So here we were talking about the day and here we are talking about the night. The poet says all night there isn't a train goes by. Again, during the night also on the railway track, there is no train, right? Though the night is still for sleep and dreaming. The night, usually what happens at night? People sleep and they dream. But I see its cinders red on the sky. So now poet says, I see the cinders. Cinders is the red particle of the ash. I see the cinders red on the sky. And hear its engine steaming. Again, the poet is able to hear the voice of the train. Now, can it be possible? I am not able to see the train, but I am able to see the red particles of ash. Usually, if you have imagined, let me draw. If you have imagined a fire, okay, what happens when it is burning and we put some coal into it or put some any of the material which helps us to lit more? So what happens? Sorry, the ashes comes out, and you can only see this if you are standing nearby. You can only see this if you are standing nearby. Now our poet says that there is no train. She can't see a train, but still she can see the red particles of ash. And again, listen to the steaming of the engine. This is the sound the poet is able to hear. Third stanza. My heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. Yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going. The poet again says, my heart is warm. That means I am happy. So this is the poet's reaction. I am happy with the friends I make. The poet says, I am happy with the present friends of my life. And friendship here means the situation, the circumstances we are living in. And better friends I'll not be knowing. And she is also hopeful for the new beginnings or the new things which will come in our future. For example, there are various new admissions in our class. In class 4, they were in different school, right? And they had a set of friends with them. They were happy with them. But when they came to our school, they made new friends, and some of them have made best friends also. So you can relate it to this way. The poet says she's happy with whatever she has in life, but she's also feeling hopeful about the new things in life. Yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going. Now these lines are very important because these lines show the poet's desire to escape from the real life or what we call the busy life. These two lines shows the poet's desire to escape the busy life and the longing to travel. So this is the third stanza. Now if I read or go back to this message, okay, let me change the color. Yes. The poet is trying to say, if we are happy with whatever we have, we can still long for new experiences and opportunities. This is the message, right? This is the message of the poem. Now, I hope now the poem is clear to everybody. Sorry. Next, again, I have used these image so that you can use it as a follow-up task. What I would suggest you to do is read these lines and then try to understand the poem in this way only. I've done it for every stanza. Okay. Now, the question which comes to the mind is, where is the railway track? How does the poet know where is the railway track? So the first thing that we have to learn is, where is the railway track? The railway track is far away. Okay. From where the poet lives. So if, for example, this is the poet's house, so the railway track is far away. Okay. She cannot see the railway track or the trains. How does the poet know where is the train going? The poet, uh, she thinks, I would say, that she can hear the loud whistle of the train because she keeps thinking about them. So what happens if you keep thinking about certain things? Your mind will automatically make you believe that it is nearby. You can easily understand it when you go and watch a ghost movie. Okay, so what happens? You come back home and you get scared. Why? Is there any ghost? No, but still you get scared because you're continuously thinking about it. Even at night also, when everything was silent, right? She imagines she hears the sound of the engine, right? And the most important thing that you have to do is, what does the last stanza tells us? So I have explained it when I was explaining the previous slide. The second reason why we have to do this poem is to infer, that means to find out the tone. Tone is how the speaker sounds. Here the tone is of the poet. And mood of the poem. Mood is your response. How do you think about it? What is how the reader feels, right? अब इसको I have tried to explain using a computer. Computer में there is an input and there is an output. We give the input, we receive the output. So the poet gives the input with the tone and you receive the output as your emotions. For example, one more example, if I come to your class and start shouting at you, this shows that my tone is aggressive and I'll just tear off your notebooks, do this, that, and बहुत कुछ anger में I have done. Now what happens? It will affect your mood. It will determine your mood, right? दोनों केस में there are emotions, right? So there are emotions. One emotion is of the poet and the second emotion is of the reader. So now what you have to do is you have to read the stanzas and talk about the tone and the mood. So I have done this for you. For the first stanza, sorry, the tone is sad, the mood is lonely. And these are the underlined words which help us to understand the tone and the mood. We have done it in the class, so I'm not going to explain it. One more thing that we need to keep in mind is tone has to be same because it is what the speaker is sounding like. Mood can be different for people, right? Uh, that's it. Third thing that is important for us is sound devices. So again, I've done a small blackboard work for this. I'm sharing the images of the blackboard work so as to, work on with my time. Sound devices. We need to identify the sound devices by listening to the poem. So the first thing sound devices is, it is a creative use of language. We use it in a poem to make it sound interesting. Okay. Now, if I talk about alliteration, this is first sound device, this is second sound device, and this is the third sound device. Alliteration. Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter, so Betty bought a bit of better butter to make the bitter butter better. Now, what happens in this case? The first letter of the word B is getting repeated. If you'll write like this, it will be a letter B. But if I put B with these two slash, these two slashes show or represent the sound. They represent the sound. Now what happens in alliteration? It is the use or the repetition of the initial, or I can say first consonant sound of the word. So the first consonant is S. right? It is getting repeated in a line multiple times, right? So this is what we call alliteration. It is the repetition of what kind? Consonants in the beginning, in the beginning of the words. अगर beginning में consonant आ रहा है, it is alliteration. Whereas if the consonant sound is coming at the end or in the middle, it is called consonance. And the example of consonance is I wish for dish as fish. So we have sh making sh sound. What is the sound? It is sh sound. It is coming at the end of the words, so it is consonance. Third sound device is assonance. Assonance is when we talk about the vowel sound. Ab it can come in the middle, it can come in the end, it can come at the beginning sometimes as well. But we will not consider this beginning thing right now. We will only consider about middle and the end. God knows how the wind blows. O sound is repeated. Just try to understand it like alliteration. It is the beginning of it. It is a repetition of the consonant sound in the beginning of the words. Consonant, if the consonant sound is repeated in the middle or the end of the words. Assonance, vowel sound, no matter wherever it is coming. Okay. Now, last topic, which I don't think so, I have to recall or remind, but still I'm doing it so that your base, if it is unclear, we can clear that out as well. Okay. There is an old image which I have shared. I don't know if I have it right now. I'll share it later. Now, to use and omit articles. Omit articles is not to use article where there is no, it is not required. Okay. We have done articles in grade 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now, what are articles? They are the words which are used before nouns, right? If they are used before countable nouns, they are called a they are called indefinite articles, right? If they are used before uncountable or countable any of the things, it is called definite article. Indefinite, there are two articles, a and an. A comes before a consonant sound, and comes before a vowel sound. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, it is not consonant or vowel. It is consonant sound or vowel, right? For example, I come here, MLA, although it is a consonant, but the sound is a. So, an is going to come here. A university, although it is a vowel, but it has a y sound. So we are going to put a. Okay. Now, the indefinite articles, they are used for general group of things. One more thing, if you are talking about something for the first time, right? So we will use the indefinite article. If we are talking about something for being specific or for the second time, we use the, right? The is used before kingdoms or states, the Chola dynasty, the Indus Valley civilization. It comes before mountains or ranges, mountain ranges, okay? So it can be the Aravallis, the Himalayas, the Shivaliks. Before the name of the rivers, the Ganges, the Narmada, the Tapi. It comes before the name of the oceans, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, etc. Monuments. Okay. Now comes the category of where not to use the article. We should not use the article before the names of country, person, months, or languages. It is not the Pakistan. It is not the America. It is not the Shruti. It is not the January. It is not the English, the Hindi, the French. Okay. So these are the rules. I have done the revision. Now just go back and listen to it 3-4 times so you will understand what we have to learn. That's it. Thank you.